Hey community, we're here for a live dev chat with lead game designer Jesse Knapp, who's going to sit down and take a few minutes to answer a couple questions with us. So this is Jesse, right? Nope, other side. There we go. Where's the camera? It's here. Haha, there's Jesse. And I am the community manager, Chem0. Some of you might recognize me from in-game or on the forums. And without any further ado, I guess we'll jump into our questions. How's the weather in Singapore?
It's warm. I think it's pretty sunny right now, so it's good.
All right. So these are all questions that have been pulled from the community. We had a thread on the forums, and the first question which we pulled is, with the growing interest in the game, 0.10 patch marketing and the Total Biscuit video, it would seem that there's an influx of interested new players coming in. With that, they will surely realize the flaw in the matchmaking system, in which they are being put up against players with grossly higher tiered skill and level than their own. There has been threads in the forum that call for modification or change of this system, and several alternatives to do so. What the player wants to know is if there are any plans in the immediate future or further down the line to modify or change the current matchmaking to make matches more fair to players at all skill levels. And if there is there any information that can be released on these modifications or changes?
So we, as you guys probably remember, had issues with certain players not being able to get matches because the settings were tuned, I think this was late last year, for a bit more quality. Now things have swung the other direction, as they oftentimes do, and we want more quality. So there's some tuning we'll be doing in the next few weeks to try to increase the chances. Whenever we're looking at the core matchmaking settings, it's a trade-off of wait time versus match quality. The longer the expected wait, the more quality we can try for. But by the same token, the waits get longer. As the waits get longer, the quality relaxes to try to find you a match. So when you're waiting a long time for a match, it's less certain anyways. So we do have some changes we hope to make soon to try to increase the chances of quality. And the bigger the influx of new players is, the more we can do that. There's some other changes to the skill calculation that we're looking at making as well, that are a little bit further down the road. And we're also looking at some fundamental areas of the match creation design, and trying to find ways to better empower you, the players, to really have a little bit more control over that experience, have a little bit more choice. But again, that one's a bigger effort, so further out.
Okay. So moving on to our next question. Starter weapons are forever kept in your inventory. Would it be possible for them to be bought or sold for 0 RP so that more space is available in the inventory?
So, I know this is going to sound silly to some, but basically, if you can sell all your weapons, you can enter a game without any weapons, and that's bad. So, right now, we have an old system that keeps you from selling your starter weapons. The design team has plans to make a smarter system. We know exactly what we want to do so that you can get rid of your starter weapons, just making sure that you always have at least one of each weapon type. So if I bought a higher level shotgun, I can get rid of my default ones, or I can get rid of one if I don't want to buy any. And I can always make sure that every player has one of each type of weapon they've already owned, while still giving them the freedom to get rid of ones they don't want. To be honest, I don't know when we'll be able to do that. It is important, but we have a lot of other, probably more pressing matters we need to attend to as well. So we're also looking at ways of making the current inventory restrictions a bit more comfortable for you guys.
Okay. So moving on, question 3 is, with pistols, will there be a chance at seeing customization with sidearms?
Yeah, so actually we've got some design docs we've had for a long time with customizable pistols that let you do things like mount certain subsets of scopes or extended magazine, maybe a silencer. It's definitely something we want to do. Again, the way I see customizable pistols, and maybe I'm wrong, you guys got to tell me, but the way I see it right now is it's a really cool, fun thing that it would be nice to have, but there's some fundamental things we need to be addressing first. It's different than, we create new maps, we create new weapon variants and content regularly, and that's one part of our team that can just continue doing that. But to make customizable pistols involves other parts of our team that are currently looking at things like security, anti-cheat, performance, that kind of stuff. So to me, those are more important right now.
And this might be applicable to the team you just mentioned, but our next question says, is there any chance that vote kick or map vote will be implemented so that players can have a little more control over what happens in their matches?
Yeah, again, I think this comes back to the first question for me, which is we've got a multi-phase plan for matchmaking. Some short-term changes we're going to make, some short to mid-term changes we're going to make that should have a little bit more impact, and then some that are a little bit further down the road that are going to really try to change a bit the philosophy, and that is giving players a bit more choice or control over their experience, and giving them more of a choice of control or time, as opposed to the system trying to guess what they want.
Okay. Well, I'm sure players can look forward to that.
Yeah, I am.